So hello and welcome back to yet another week with Sorka and her, I think, finished brood. I'm gonna let Sorka decide on that, but we're gonna work this week on getting at least one of the boys up to their teenage years and seeing if now that Sorka isn't, I think she's done with babies, so I think we're going to work on getting her up to working on her aspiration a little bit more. I've also decided that for this challenge, what we need to do before we age our kids into teenagers, because, like I think I've said a few hundred times before, I am making this up as I go, kind of trying to use other legacy challenges as a general guideline. But what I think we're going to use as our requirements to age them up, other than if they hit their birthday on the calendar, is if they complete their aspiration as a child and achieve an A in school, we'll go ahead and age them up. If not, then we'll just have to wait for their birthdays to roll around. Also, if you missed it, I did a live stream Wednesday this week, and part of it was we went into The Sims and we redid Sean and Sorka's house. It's still a very small house. We just kind of switched up the layout a little bit, made the outside a little bit nicer. I figured if they were going to be heading north, because that's what the Dragonriders ended up doing, if they were going to have an outdoor house, they were probably going to have it made of stone, since thread doesn't eat stone. So we will jump back into the game. I will give you a really quick look at the house, and then we'll jump into gameplay. Alright, so as you see, we have a little look at the outside of the house. Basically, I just changed up the layout a little bit. I kind of moved the rooms so that Sorka and Sean have their own side of the house and the boys are on the other side. Let's go down a level and do a little bit of a cutaway and look at the inside. Becky, who was in the chat, and I decided that a rock back wall sounded really good, but that they would probably stucco the rest of the walls, so that is what we did. We used some of Sean's handiwork from the handiness table over there, the woodworking table, and we used his handiwork to put some shelves up on the walls and things like that that were in the household inventory. We also ended up buying Iantine his own creativity desk, because that is what he wants. And Jemmy still has his little science desk because he is our budding genius. We're going to take a really quick look at everybody's aspirations and needs. I don't think Sean is ever going to achieve his aspiration because his aspiration is fitness and he hates it. So we'll talk later about maybe changing up his aspiration, because it seems a little bit cruel to have him with a athletic aspiration and he hates it so much. We might change his to gardening. Sorka's aspiration, though, she needs to be companions with two more animal, or with, no, she's gotten that. All she needs to do is train out one more misbehavior and she will move on in her aspiration. Yeah, Sean's aspiration, you know what, let's just go ahead and switch his aspiration because he absolutely hates his aspiration. And you know what? If you are stuck with what you do not enjoy as your what is supposed to be lifetime achievement, it's never too late to change. So let's go ahead and maybe let him be a freelance botanist, since we did get him a job in the gardening thing. So, or maybe not freelance botanist, maybe, what would he have to do for that? I think that there's one that's actually just nature. Let me look here. Animal, athletic, family. I thought that there was one that was like gardening orientated. I don't know if orientated is actually a correct word or not. That is a very good question. I'm thinking it's got to be in there, but I can't remember. No, it would be freelance gardener. So he would have to plant something, weed and water, so that is actually perfect for him. So we're going to change his aspiration to that. Checking on the boys. Jemmy, all he has to do is get an A in school, and he will have achieved at least, I'm not sure if there's more levels to his aspiration. We'll jump in and look. No, that is all he has to do. So all he has to do to age up into a teenager is to get an A in school. That shouldn't be too difficult. And Iantine, who just aged up into childhood, he already has his activity table. He just needs to draw some pictures while he's inspired, and he will move on to his next level. So let's go ahead and jump into gameplay. So let's see how everybody's doing here. Sorka, why don't you come over, not jog here, why don't you come over and just talk to Farron. Dawn, why don't you build us some more furniture? Maybe another garden planter. You seem to like that. Jemmy, you can pretty much do whatever you would like. And Iantine, let's get him to take not a shower. Cancel. I would like you to take oh, you are uncomfortable because something stinks. Well, you know what? Take a thoughtful shower and that should change all of that up. Sorka, why don't you go ahead and throw away that poop? And then, you know what, Sorka? Maybe we'll work on training. Oh, we're going to feel the love a little bit. But then we're going to work on a little bit of animal training. So let's go ahead to training and maybe get Farron to play dead. That sounds like an awesome idea. Looks like Duke is watching Sean. Like, what are you doing there, dude?
Prita.
What is Sean thinking about? Sean needs to plant something 3 times and weed and water some plants. But you know what, Sean? We can probably go ahead and plant something. Let's open up that seed packet and we'll see what's inside of it. I swear, The Sims love to hoard all sorts of really dumb things. Iantine, that is a beautiful mess that you're making, but you know what? Let's clean up that mess, and since you are inspired, let's go ahead and draw some shapes. Ah, didn't even know that Jemmy didn't have his homework done. Look at him, he is being so good. Awesome. Sean has finished his stuff and opened up his packets. So you know what? Let's go ahead and get him to... Actually, let's just plant some mushrooms. I don't think we've planted any of those. So Sean, come on, there we go. Go ahead and plant those. We're going to check on Jemmy and see what he would like to do. It is 6 p.m., so let's check on his needs. See if maybe... No, Jemmy. Oh my goodness, I feel so dumb. I had the wrong child doing something. That is the problem with having 2 redheads. No, you're not going to take a nap. Why don't you... Let's see. Jemmy, are you done drawing that picture? No? You know what? That's alright. You are doing really good, though. Why don't you clean that up? And Iantine, wake up. Jemmy, why don't you work on some experimenting? And Iantine, why don't you... You are... Yeah, you should be able to draw some shapes. You are inspired. That was my bad. I had them doing entirely the wrong things. You also could use a little bit of social. And you're a little bit hungry and very, very tired. Sorka, how you doing here? Sorka could use a bath. She also probably needs to put that cake away. And then go ahead and take a shower. Right. Looks like our family is definitely involved in all sorts of things. Iantine, do you have, not Iantine, you're Jemmy. Yes, you do have extra credit, so once you are done with your experimenting, my child, why don't you go do your extra credit? Jemmy needs to do, or Ian needs to do his homework. I need to get them, like, the shirts with their names on it, which honestly would be extremely helpful. But, alas, I do not have that yet. Sorka, while everybody is doing their thing, why don't you go ahead and make some dinner? Why don't you serve, fish tacos tonight? That sounds absolutely vile to me, but it sounds like something that they would probably really enjoy. Especially since Sean caught all those fish the other day. Alright, Sean, speaking of, how are you doing with all this? Put that book away for you. Check on that aspiration. You need to weed or water plants 10 times. Well, maybe we have something that needs to be watered. You should go ahead and water all those. And then when you are done with that, it looks like the shower needs to be fixed. The good thing Sean is so handy. Somebody should probably come and let Brent in. You know, Ian... Is this Iantine? Yes, Iantine definitely is quite squeamish about pet poops. Sorka, I guess he's going away. That is fine. No, he is just going to come hang out with the dog. Alright, Sorka, why don't you go ahead and call everybody to a meal once they're done doing whatever it is that they're doing. And then maybe go say hello to Brent and invite him in. He does seem to be a good friend of theirs. John is really fast at fixing stuff. I wish fixing plumbing was actually that easy. I would be totally into it. Unfortunately, it never seems to work like that, does it? Alright, boys. As soon as you guys finish up your stuff, it is dinner, showers, and bed because you have school in the morning. And we will see them back again in the morning. I'm just going to let them finish up their night. Alright, morning has broken. We're going to let Ian sleep a little bit, and Jemmy's going to jump on the Avis computer and do a little bit of arithmetic attack. Look at that, he's already motor level 5, level 6. Goodness, okay. Well, I guess that is the power of the micro home. He is level 10. That is pretty awesome. I've never seen it work that fast, but you know what? We'll roll with it. John has about an hour until work. Looks like everything is actually pretty good with him over here, so let's see if maybe go ahead and just fertilize a few of these plants. Just a couple of them. Give him something to do. He is mad because he is a hot-headed sim. He's also... thinks his plumbing is icky, so... is it just dirty? Not seeing... It does look like it's dirty. Alright, well, no, never mind. Don't polish that. You're gonna have to go to work, dude. Guess you're going to work angry. And school for the boys starts in about an hour. So you know what, Jemmy? Why don't you get off the computer? Ian, my son, why don't you get up, use the restroom, and then you just do whatever you want to do for the next little bit. And once the boys are off to school, I am going to take Sorka off and see if we can maybe do a little bit of animal training. Maybe find an animal that has a misbehavior that needs to be trained out so that she can work on her aspiration while the boys are at school. So, I will see you back then. Well, I didn't manage to get Sorka to train any animals, but she did visit the vet while we were offline, and Sean has just returned from work. He was feeling a little bit tense, but he's feeling a lot better now. We're going to go ahead and have him eat a little bit because that seemed to be the problem that he had, and then he's going to go do his work task, which is to harvest some harvestables while Sorka is out on a jog with Duke. We're just kind of waiting a couple seconds here till the boys get home, and we'll see if Jemmy is going to be a teenager in this episode or not. Let's see. Oh, Jemmy's aspiration is completed. He has gotten an A. Let's make sure that he doesn't have any other aspirational things to deal with. So, nope, he has completely maxed it out. That is awesome. So, I think what we're going to have him do is go ahead and clean that up. And then maybe we'll have a little birthday party. So, Sorka, why don't we get you to... Nope, that is the wrong thing. Let's get you to plan a social event for tonight. Then the boys will do their homework, and that'll be about it for this episode. I mean, we still have a little bit of time to go, but let's have a good party. We're not going to make it a gold party, because I really suck at those. But we're going to do a birthday party for Jemmy. Oh, wait, no, that would make it be Sorka's birthday. Fine. You know what? We'll just do this. We'll do this the old-fashioned way. Sorka, why don't you open up that refrigerator and see if our cake is still... Somebody ate the cake. Alright, Sorka. You know what we need you to do? We need you to make a cake for Jemmy. We're going to look and see what is the most scientific looking cake that she can make. Possibly just a white cake. That might be definitely not a winter cake. I'm thinking probably not a strawberry cake either. And I'm thinking Iantine's cake is either going to be strawberry or blue confetti. So you know what? We're just going to go with a nice basic white cake for Jemmy. So we will get Sorka to go ahead and make that. Ian, how are you doing? You know what, my darling? You need to actually do that homework. Jemmy, you don't actually have to do your homework, but what you do need to do is clean up. Sean, why don't we have you invite at least a couple of the locals over for this party? You only know this woman. Never mind. We won't worry about that. You know what? Sean was complaining about the icky plumbing though. So Sean, why don't you see about possibly upgrading to self-cleaning on that? Well, your boys do their thing. Sorka, once we get that plate made, we will, or that cake made, plate made. Good job, Nate. Sorka's gonna go ahead and bake a cake for our oldest child, Jemmy. And while she does that, let's check and see what Ian has to do for his aspiration. We still need to get inspired and draw one more picture. But we can work on that. Tonight is all about Mr. Jemmy and his birthday, because then he's going to have some homework he'll have to deal with, but that's alright. Alright, Sorka, I need you to add some birthday candles. And Mr. Jemmy, why don't you come over here and make a wish? How is our budding genius doing? Unfortunately, Sean is still busy fixing the tub. But you know what? That's alright. Oh, here he comes. Alright, and Jemmy has aged up. Let's pick a trait. He is already a genius. And we know from the book that Jemmy was good at everything he did, so his aspiration will be the jack of all trades, because I think that is the most logical aspiration for him. But let's see. What can we do here? Possibly bookworm, probably geek. But let's see if anything else fits him really, really well. I don't think he needs to be erratic or lazy or a slob or squeamish. He might be a loner. That might actually be a good trait for him. But honestly, I am thinking probably geek. Geek seems to be a very Jemmy trait. And then his aspiration, I do believe, goes in knowledge. And no, third brain, Renaissance sim. Renaissance sim, good at many things at once. Alright, so there we have it. We're gonna get Sorka to go over to the mirror, and so we can change. Can we actually do it this way? Not that way. Everybody stop. I'm seeing if I can do a thing. That way, maybe if we're Sorka. No. Alright, fine. I need to remember that, that cheat for changing everything the easy way, but I don't remember it right now. Let's go get Jemmy all done up. He definitely had curly hair as a kid, so we definitely need him to have some curly hair as a teenager. And unfortunately, I was going to have Jemmy start his homework, but we will get to it. And there he is. There is our boy. Alright. We need to give him his curly hair back. Not bald, we need his curly hair back. Probably short. No, then he will look too much like his father. We need something that just screams Jemmy. That would be essentially his childhood haircut, which I could see. Yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and let him have his childhood haircut for now. In a future update, maybe we'll let him grow some facial hair, but that update has not hit the Sims yet, so we're just gonna have to wait on that one. But yeah, let's get him a couple of outfits, because this is just not doing it for me. Oh, actually, we need to change his hair again. I need to remember to always go to the everyday before I start changing things, because then I have to find the hair again. There we go. He could have cat ears, but I just don't think that is quite the Jemmy look. Neither is that. Oh my goodness, that is absolutely horrible. Alright, Jemmy, as a jack of all trades, probably is not too fussed about his looks. So let's go with a nice pair of slacks. Those shoes should work, and then maybe... trying to remember. I think they're going to actually end up getting snow and things, but a nice plain, probably long sleeve shirt. Yep, that should work. Don't know that we'll ever see formal wear in the rest, so we're just going to kind of breeze through that. You know what? We're going to go with that, but we're going to go with that in gray and lavender. That seems nice. We are going to fix those shoes, though, because they just don't go. Even I can tell that they don't go, and that's saying something, because my color matching ability is terrible. You know what? That works just fine for that. We're going to take off the bunny slippers, but that looks pretty good for his sleepwear. I don't have a clue what that is supposed to be, but party wear. No. Maybe not. Party, 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 party. What says party? I don't know why all of these pants are like that, but, okay. You know what, we're just gonna go with his... No, that's a little bit too nice. Let's give him a second pair of pants for parties. Alright, well, obviously his party wear just indicates that he's going, wading in the pond. That is how we party in this house. Get him a nice little t-shirt. And I think we're gonna go ahead and also get him... Ooh, I like that, actually. We're gonna get him glasses, I think. That will work for swimwear, hot weather wear. I don't hate those, but I don't love that t-shirt. Something that just says, I am a genius. That one says I'm a genius, at least it does to me. Cold weather wear, that'll work. Alright. Really quick, let's go through these outfits and take off any accessories that are being worn. Doesn't look like we have any there. We're gonna go ahead and take off those rings that I don't see that he would actually be having. Sleepwear, we don't have any accessories on. None on that one. Take off those rings. He seems really fond of those rings in his everyday look. And then we're gonna add some glasses to our boy. What kind of glasses look like they would actually be something on the planet Pern? This is still early enough that they probably have them, but you know what? No. We're gonna go with those, but we're gonna go with those in a... Now we're gonna go with those in black or brown. Alright, let's put them on all of his outfits. And 40. Actually, he probably would not go jogging in glasses. Sleep, he wouldn't go jogging in the... or go out sleeping in those. Go out sleeping in those. There are days when I really wonder about myself. Alright. Doubt he would be wearing those for swimming, but probably if he needs them to see, definitely on his hot and cold weather outfits. Awesome! There we go. Let's get him started on his homework and maybe check out his new aspirations as a teenager, because I'm going to make aging up for a teenager to be exactly the same. He's going to have to achieve his aspiration before he can age up, and also he is going to have to achieve his aspiration. Let's see, toddlers, it would be achieve all your skills. I think it's just achieve aspiration. Or have it be the birthday. Iantine, my darling, do you have extra credit? No, but you have not done your homework. Stop playing. Orca, why don't you put that away? Actually, add some birthday candles to it so people don't eat it. Like the last cake. And then we're gonna go ahead and... You know what? I'll put it away. Ah, look at me doing all the things. Orca, do you need to do any, go feel the love from Farron? And you can do whatever you would like. Dawn, how are you doing?
Tenabib, Meepew.
Your harvesting is complete and you need to water some plants. Ian needs to get inspired. No extra credit there, so why don't you go take a not shower? That is always me, isn't it? Why don't you take a thoughtful shower? And you know what? Let's put that up on the wall. And after you are done with the thoughtful shower, let's draw a vehicle. And we're going to check out Jemmy's aspirations. He needs to read some books, and that is it before the next level. Not bad. We're just gonna let
Sweet.
Sean do his thing.
For Roby,
He is
Physique,
doing pretty
a
good.
soup.
The whole family's sitting around. Obviously, we are talking about dragons, because that is what this family is into. They're Drago dogs.
Unka blashu.
Yivke brew.
Gamu. Dear koi.
Alright, once we get these guys off to bed, that will be it for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. But like I said, until then,
Yips.
we're just going to keep on working because always be building a skill. I learned that from a awesome YouTuber, so actually, Sean, you know what? Along those veins of always be building a skill, we'll make some sturdy faucets on that. Maybe the plumbing won't be so grimy the next time you take a shower.
Uh-huh.
Jemmy, your homework is done. Can you do any extra credit?
Yigla. Banaj?
Yes, you can. Do that extra credit, and then we will have you read a book. We can get rid of that. And I think what we're going to have him do is read... Do we have any skill books? That would be like the best thing to read. I'm not seeing any, so you know what? Let's maybe buy a couple skill books. If you gotta read, let's read Charisma Volume 1 and maybe even Cooking Volume 1. We'll go ahead and buy him 2 books. Once he's done with his extra credit, let's give a really quick look. Everything's looking pretty good. So we're going to have him read Charisma Volume 1 and then head to bed. Sped. I speech really goodly, thank you very much. Orca, you can work on your parenting. I encourage doing homework.
Yatavelk gaunim.
Sean, how are you going? You are feeling inspired, but you also could use a little bit of fun. Well, I know something that's fun that you can do with your wife as soon as she is done encouraging your eldest child to be a wonderful student. Looks like Farenth is over there just having a good old time. Ian, you're not taking a piece of that. You can get a different leftover. Well, I checked Alright, you've got to play with toys and get to level 5 in creativity. Well, we can do that, but probably not in this episode. We will probably work on that in the next episode because our boys are hungry, they need to pee, and they're tired. While Sean gets his fun up, we're gonna go ahead and make sure everybody's needs are taken care of, and that is gonna be where we end it tonight because I hate coming back in to a new episode and finding out that everybody is miserable. So let's see. How are we doing? Looks like pretty good. Hygiene is good, social is good. Why don't you go ahead and use the restroom? Wash the dishes, and go ahead and head to bed. Jemmy's gotten his extra credit done, and he is going to read a book to work on that skill, and then go to bed. No, Sorka, your child was going to clean that. Alright, Sorka, you know what? Why don't you play fetch with Farenth? And then probably grab some leftovers and head to bed. And Sean, you are pretty tired, but why don't you go ahead and get a shower? And then you head to bed. And it looks like everybody is doing fantastic. So that is where we are going to leave this tonight with everybody's needs are looking really good. Jemmy is now a teenager, and maybe I'll be able to tell him and Iantine apart. And other than that, everything is looking pretty good. Next episode, hopefully we can get young Iantine aged up and see maybe which one our heir is going to be. Drop it in the comments down below. Which kid you think should take on our Pern legacy and move on as the new, not matriarch, but patriarch of the family. If not, I will either flip a coin or do a random number picker, but that's about it. Have a fantastic week, and I will see you later.